Shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to our due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and who taught us the truth. And peace, blessings, love, and salutations to those who scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. May the blessing of election fall upon you and your household. To you I say Shalom. This is your brother Ayawab, back at you again with another lesson, all through the Spirit Power of Hashem Yashai Bahashem Chakwadash, entitled, It's Time to Pay the Piper. And in the word time, the E being in parentheses going into Esau Edom. So it's time for Esau to pay the piper. And I just got the meaning of what does pay the piper mean, for the meaning of it. And it says, when it is time to pay the piper, it is time to accept the consequences of thoughtless or rash actions. And it's time for Esau Edom, so-called white man, to accept his consequences. It is time for him to go through the consequences that the Lord Yahweh Shemini has prepared for him for his thoughtless, his rash actions. It says to pay the consequences for self-indulgent behavior. There's another one. Let's see. I haven't looked at this. It says, what happens if you don't pay the piper? Slagia. Ain't nothing right there. Right here it says to pay the piper. And to pay the piper means to accept and to bear the consequences for some action or circumstance, usually something you've done wrong or badly. So again, it says to pay the piper means to accept and to bear the consequences for some action or circumstance. So it's time for Esau Edom, so-called white man, to bear the consequence for his actions, for what he did. And what did he do? He touched the apple of the Most High. Zechariah 2:8. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye. And who touched the apple? And who is the apple of the Most High? It's the Israelites. And who touched the apple of the Most High? Who touched the Israelites? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Just look back in recent history, man. It was the so-called white man, generally speaking. Esau Edom, so-called white man. When they came over here with Cristobal Colon, and they slaughtered tens of millions of Native Americans. They deceived the Native Americans and murdered them and slaughtered them. And now they celebrate it today with Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving, as we call it. Slavery. And it wasn't just Esau Edom, but Esau Edom is the head honcho behind the scheme, behind the Confederacy. He's the head honcho, man. The other nations took part in touching the apple of the Most High, touching the Israelites, but the head honcho is the Esau Edom, the so-called white man, and he's going to get it the worst. And you got to pay for your consequences. You got to pay. Esau's been living it up. He's been laughing, joking, kicked back, relaxing, rejoicing, as it says. But now it's time to pay up, man. It's time to pay up. It says that in Lamentations 2, I believe. 2:21. Or was it 4:20? 4:20, I believe it was. 4:21. Lamentations 4:21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. Rejoice. It's time they're rejoicing right now, man. They got the fatness of the earth. They got the Israelites right where they want them. They got the world in their hand. They got everything, man. Really, it's just the elites. These lower ranking Edomites ain't got shit for real. It's really the elites. But they're rejoicing, man. It says the cup also shall pass through unto thee. So you rejoicing. But that cup is also going to come. That judgment, those consequences for your action is also going to come. And you cannot escape. You can't rejoice forever. It says in Psalm 49:11, I believe, that their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. They think that they're going to continue forever. They think that they're going to rejoice forever. They think that they're going to be unpunished for their consequences, and that the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua is going to turn a blind eye to their wickedness, to their ungodliness, to their transgression, and their filthiness that they push and have done in this society, in this world. But you shall not go unpunished. Esau Edom will pay the piper. You will pay Yahweh Shem Yahshua through blood. It says, the cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. It says in the NLT, it says, are you rejoicing in the land of Uz, O people of Edom? But you too must drink from the cup of the Lord Yahweh's anger. There is no escape. You can't escape the piper. You can't escape Yahweh Shem Yahshai. You got to drink of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai's cup too, man. It says you too will be stripped naked in your drunkenness. You're going to be brought low, man. It's time, man. It's time. Back in the KJV verse 22, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. And the NLT, it says, O beautiful Jerusalem, your punishment will end. You will soon return from exile. But Edom, your punishment is just beginning. Soon your many sins will be exposed. And Esau, it's time. You're finished. Because of all the wickedness and ungodliness that you do for furthering the affliction of the Israelites. It said, how does the scripture go? It says that thou forward the affliction. I believe that's in Zephaniah. Forward. Let's just look up affliction. And we'll go to, I believe it's Zephaniah. Zephaniah. We'll look it up in the, here real quick. So I give everyone. Oh, okay, it was Zechariah. I'm thinking something Zephaniah. Zechariah 1:15. And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, but they helped forward the affliction. So you help forward the affliction, man. You put more on the Israelites, man, than the Lord Yahweh intended. I believe that's the scripture as well. Let's see if we can phrase it like that and see if it'll pull up. Slovakia. If I find it, I'll put it in the Slovakia. Let me pause this real quick and see if I can find it. Slovakia, I couldn't find it, but we'll just continue on. And so what was I saying? Slovakia, lost my train of thought. Really going into that, there's one in Ezekiel 35 that we're gonna get, but I don't know if I was thinking about that one. So we'll just go ahead and continue on, and we'll get Galatians real quick. Galatians 6 and verse 9. Because Esau, you got to pay, man. There's no escape. Galatians 6 and verse 7. Be not deceived. The Most High is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. And Esau, you're going to reap what you sow. That's the saying in the world. You're going to reap what you sow. There's no escaping this, man. The Most High is not going to wink his eye at what you did. He's not going to just turn his back from it, man. Amos 1:11. For thus said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not. It says I will turn away. It says I will not turn away the punishment thereof. Because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity. You didn't have no pity on the Israelites, man. You didn't feel sorry for the Israelites. You went harder, man. And his anger did turn perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. And the NLT said, this is what the Lord Yahweh says. The people of Edom have sinned again and again, and I will not let them go unpunished. They chased down their relatives, the Israelites, with swords, showing them no mercy. In their rage, they slashed them continually, and were unrelenting in their anger. You're unrelenting in your anger. You don't care about the Israelites, man. And the Lord said that he's not, because you showed them no mercy, he's not going to show you no mercy. All right, bet. You did this to the apple of my eye. You did this to the Israelites. You going to get it back. Tenfold. Tenfold, man. There is no escape, Esau. It's time to pay the piper. Jeremiah 51, verse 24. And it reads, and I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea all their evil that they have done in Zion in your sight, said the Lord Yahweh Shem Yashai. And the NLT says, I will repay Babylon and the people of Babylonia for all the wrong they have done to my people in Jerusalem, says the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yashai. You done all this evil to the Israelites, to the apple of the Most High, and you think the Lord is just going to turn a blind eye? You think he's just going to look away? They did that, but it was okay. I allowed it. No, man. Even though the Lord ordained for it to happen, even though the Lord Yahweh Shem Yashai sanctioned it, you still got to pay. You got to pay up, man. You got to pay up. We'll get this Obadiah 1 real quick. Obadiah 1. And we're just going to skim through it. Obadiah 1:10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. In that day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou wast one of them. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother, in the day that he became a stranger. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. So Esau, Edom, so-called white man, is always looking for a way to be one up, to be better than the Israelites. Oh yeah, they down and low right now. And then they start rejoicing. They rejoice at our lowness. They rejoice when we're in destruction, even though they are our brother. Even though we're brothers, we're twins. They didn't care. They rejoiced at our falling. Slakia. Going to jump down. Let's just continue on verse 13. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yeah, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. So when we was in distress, instead of sending a helping hand, instead of reaching out, and asking us for help, they plundered us. They spoiled us, man. They down and bad right now. Let's take advantage of them. And that's all Esau thinks of, how he can one up a nigga. How he can bring somebody low and bring himself even higher. That's the nature of Esau, Edom, so-called white man. So we're going to end it off in Ezekiel 35. We're going to run through this one. Ezekiel 35 and verse 1. Moreover, the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it. The Lord Yahweh sent me aside is not for Mount Seir. He's against Mount Seir. And who is Mount Seir? Who is Mount Seir? What is that? Jeremiah 36:8. Thus dwell Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. So when speaking about Mount Seir, it's metaphoric, symbolic for Esau, Edom. So when you see Mount Seir right there in Ezekiel 35, it's talking about Esau. He's prophesying against Esau. So Ezekiel 35, verse 3. And say unto it, Thus saith the Lord power Yahweh, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, And I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. Lord Yahweh is about to destroy you, man. He's about to make you most desolate. He's about to cut you off with no name, no remembrance. Verse 4, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. So it said that they had in the NOT it says, your eternal hatred for the people of Israel led you to butcher them when they were helpless, when I had already punished them for all their sins. So when the Lord had already punished us, you said, we're going to do more. We're going to go further. We're going to do more. Let's kill them off. Let's put them in slavery. Let's backbreak them. Let's grape their men. Let's grape their men in front of their wives, in front of their people. Let's separate the family. Let's take their wives, and etc. Man, let's put them against each other. Let's put, and even right now, man, let's put cocaine and drugs in their community. Let's pit them against each other. Let's bring about negative and wicked vibrations in the music industry and push it on the rest of them. They always trying to think of ways to destroy us, to pit us against the other, to keep us far separated from our power. That's what they think about. What can we do next to keep them separated from their power? To this day, verse 6, therefore as I live, back in the KJV, therefore as I live, said the Lord power Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sit, thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. And then it says, as surely as I live, says the sovereign Lord Yahweh. Does the Lord live? Yes. Since you show no distaste for blood, I will give you a bloodbath of your own. Your turn has come. Your turn has come, Esau. It's time for you to pay the piper. It's time. Since you showed no distaste for blood, the Lord is going to give you a bloodbath as well. It's time to pay up for your consequences. Verse 7, back in the KJV, thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men. In thy hills and in thy valleys and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy city shall not return. And ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. And it continues on. Verse 10, because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine. Who's he talking about? He's talking about the northern and the southern kingdom. The southern kingdom consisting of the Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. And the northern kingdom consisting of the rest of the tribes. Asher, Naphtali, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Issachar. I already said Naphtali. I can't think of the start. I believe it starts with a Z. Slovakia, but it's escaping me right now. So the northern and southern kingdom, man. That's what they said in the NOT. It says, for Slovakia, getting excited. Verse 10 in the NOT. For you said the lands of Israel and Judah will be ours. We will take possession of them. What do we care that the Lord Yahweh is there? They don't care, man. They don't care that we're the Lord's chosen people. And since they don't care, judgment is going to come upon them. Verse 11. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord Yahweh, power, I will even do according to thine anger and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them. And I will make myself known among them when I have judged you. And the NOT says, therefore, as surely as I live, says the Lord, sovereign Lord Yahweh, I will pay back your anger. It's like I will pay back your angry deeds with my own. I will punish you for all your acts of anger, envy, and hatred. And I will make myself known to Israel by what I do to you. Lord's got harsh judgments coming to you, Esau. And don't forget, you other nations got a part to play as well. You got to take part of this judgment as well. But Esau Edom is getting it the worst. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the spirit, to the body, to the fold. Before that off, I'd like to give out praises, honor, and glory to where it's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakwadash. Double honors once again to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Until next time, Shalom.